This is the Logitech Gamepad 310. Is it good for fighting games? Let's find out. And this is how the controller looks like. This guy only works on the PC. The listed price is 25 bucks. As of this recording, you can get it for under $18. Look at that. This is probably the most affordable controller that I've reviewed so far. Don't let the price fool you. This thing has a lot of good going for it. As far as the build quality, I mean, it does feel hollow, but the build quality is actually not terrible. It just doesn't feel premium, that's all. We've got a PlayStation layout here and Xbox buttons. I've got it plugged in right now, but the wire is about 6 feet long. You get all the usual buttons, and then there's a mode button here. What this button does, it just switches the D-pad and the left joystick. Alright, let's begin with the face buttons. These are pretty clicky. They're rubber dome switches. They're a little on the heavier side. They're close enough where you can press both at once. Overall, these face buttons are pretty good. If you've used like a DualShock 2 or DualShock 3, heck, even a DualShock 4, you find that these sticks are very similar to those. Got a little bit of resistance to them. Alright, let's get to the shoulder buttons and the triggers. The shoulder buttons, these are tiny. Look at this. Look how small they are. Is this why the controller is so cheap? Had they made these buttons bigger, it would cost more? Is that it? Actually, for the shoulder buttons, I don't mind. They're pretty clicky and responsive. But I do have a problem with the triggers being so small. They're literally just as big as my fingernail. And if you notice here, if you press it down, it's not going to activate right away. You have to press it down about, I would say, maybe 33%. Then it'll activate. And the resistance on these are pretty heavy. Because they're pretty heavy and it takes time to activate, you're gonna have a hard time in the beginning pressing this in combination with either the face button or a direction at the same time. And honestly, these tiny triggers are one of the worst part about this controller for me. And the absolute worst thing about this trigger is because it's laid flat against this shell. So when you press it, my index finger sometimes would just slip because of the angle, right? You see on the DualSense here, you see how the angle kind of angled downward and the trigger is flat and it goes in. Whereas on this guy, the surface is flat, it's not angled down, and the trigger itself angles outward. It's the weirdest thing. Oftentimes, in the heat of the moment, it's gonna slip. So what I find to be helpful is I put my index finger on the edge right here. So that way, I can press it down without slipping. And the other thing that I do not love about this controller is the shape of it. Look at this handle, it's straight up and down. You see that? So when you hold it, this is not going to be the most comfortable controller for you to use for a long time. Now, so far, the controller seems to match its price, right? It seems kind of mediocre. The face buttons are alright. The triggers are really bad. And it does not have the most comfortable shape. But what's special about this controller is the D-pad. This D-pad, let me tell you, is amazing for fighting games. Surprisingly. And how you know if a controller is really good for fighting games is when you get into a high-level match and you're able to hold your own without the controller messing you up. I'm able to do all of my combos on here without a problem. Motion input is fantastic on this D-pad. As you can see, this is an 8-way D-pad. I'm not sure what's underneath, but I like it a lot. Circular motion, so piece of cake. Sliding motions. Those slide. This is not the biggest D-pad, but I think it's perfect actually. And then also, look how raised the D-pad is. I love it. That's a lot of travel. I'm somebody who likes to slide my thumb around the edges, so having a raised D-pad like this is perfect for me. Double taps are really responsive. Even triple tap. Look at that. Diagonals on point. Yeah, what can I say? This D-pad is just fantastic for fighting games. It's really accurate, it's responsive, I can do all my combos, and it's on this really affordable controller from Logitech. Right now it's time to take a look at the latency test, but this time I'm not gonna do it because it's already done by John Punch from Gamepad. So check out his website. So here's our controller, and if we scroll down, we can see that our controller here is only on wired, but it has two modes, X input and D input. So for minimum input delay, they're both about 3.5 milliseconds. On average, anywhere between 6.3 to 6.4 milliseconds. So that's average, it's not the fastest. Maximum input delay is a little bit over 9 milliseconds. Polling rate is around the 255 to 235 range. Jitter is 1.34, so it's not the best. So I would say in terms of latency, it's playable, it's not the best, and it's not the worst. Alright, final thoughts on this controller. For something that's $17, $18 right now, this is actually a really good controller for fighting games. Of course, no controller is perfect, and this guy's got its flaws. It's gonna take you some time to get used to this vertical handle and also these really awkward and stiff triggers. But once you get used to it, this is a fantastic controller for fighting games. The D-pad is so good. I have no complaints about the D-pad at all. And the best thing about it is the price. And it has me thinking, if Logitech can just use this D-pad on a more premium controller, that would be amazing. Maybe fix the ergonomic, make it more like an Xbox controller, add some back buttons here. Oh man, I will be all in. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe for more, and take care now.